done. Okay, so now the payment fragment, we are in the payment fragment right now. So first of all I have to remove all these things so that nothing can be as a tedious or hectic thing applied on the screen or showing on the screen. So I have to remove all these things, removing the whole if condition. Okay, good to go. And now let me check what else is needed. Yeah, so go to its XML, and now we have to add it, this XML. Let's try for that. And now remove this text view. First of all, I've removed this successfully. Again, then added linear layout with these properties, and this is the linear layout, so we need the orientation. It's quite obvious. Okay, so under this linear layout, what I gonna do is to add the tab layout here with properties such as width as match parent and height as wrap content. Okay, then to give the ID for this particular tab layout here, given ID given, and then we have to give the background color. I've given the color successfully, and again we have tab indicator color, so we have to give it also, and it's like tab mode fixed. Okay, then we have tab indicator height should be 4 dp. Okay, again we have just like tab selected text color, and color is sent. Okay, then we have tab text color should be gray 400. Okay, so this tab layout is completed. Now we have to add a frame layout here. So while changing or working on the tabs, when you click on different tabs, then the frame layout will show different screen. That's why this frame layout is created. Okay, so this is done, and now let me move forward to the payment fragment so that we can map these things and add this. Okay, so first of all, as given like context, we have to add here, and then we have to add the tab layout here. Again we gonna get like init method and all these, like first of all on attach and get that context, this dot context is equals to context here. Okay, and then finally to remove this, let me remove this null also from here, and then we have these things. Yeah, so we have to create a view within this on create view. So let me copy this out. To copy this, Control C, view, and then we have to create a view here. So let me create view equals to Control V. Yeah, so now the init view method, in which we have to pass out this view, then we're gonna create this by clicking on that red ball present in the leftmost side, and now we are within this the body of this init view. And first of all we take out the tab layout, view dot find view by id, then r.id dot pay tab. Okay, again tab layout dot add tab layout dot new tab, and then gonna get a set text for it. So the set text is like that. You got to give some value for it, like UPI ID, and the third one you can add like scan. Okay, so scan QR and UPI ID. Okay, good to go. Yeah, so the tab layout now data set tab gravity, and within this we have to pass out tab layout dot gravity fill. Okay, now remove the extra space, and then what I'm gonna do here is to make another thing, that is tab layout dot add tab selected listener, add on tab selected listener. So select that, and then new, then tab on selected listener, the first one. Okay, here we have to give the toast messages or that end position like this, position tab dot to get position, and then we have like position and work on like 0 if it is 0, and we have two things like 0 and 1. The indexing is beginning from 0, that's why two element having the index 0 and 1 dot like UPI ID feature. Okay, then we have a toast dot blank shot, then we're gonna show it. Okay, again we have within this else condition gonna add QR code feature. Okay, QR scanner. Yeah, so it is done, and now we're gonna move to the project and work further. Okay, so let me go to that and then decide on which fragment the work should start. Okay, so for now let me take it. This is done, this is also, yeah. Let's go to project, and then we have this offer fragment right now. So within the offer fragment, what we gonna do, first of all I'm removing all these things, the unnecessary code. I'm gonna remove it. Then we have to remove this argument and also these parameters. So I've removed it, and now remove this line also. Okay, then the whole if condition will get removed. Yes, and for now let me see where does the problem exist. Like we have an issue within these things like we have created, so this is required, new instance is required for that, but we have to delete this parameters that we have given for it. So let me remove it from the main activity onwards. Okay, so just like that, first of all remove this. Okay, it's need requirement, then remove this also. Okay, removed. Also you have to remove these lines and all above things like that of the account fragment. Okay, again we have to go to this new instance and remove the parameters. So remove the parameters, and then come to main activity. One error is also left behind for the transaction one. So remove this parameters like this, and then okay, so I think there must be no errors right now, it is error free, you can see that. And now we're gonna go within this home fragment. Offer fragment is also good to go. Now what I'm gonna do is to go to the XML of this offer fragment, and then we'll start work over the code of this XML design. Okay, so first of all we have to remove this, so I got to remove this, and then let me see what else can be done from here. Yeah, so now adding a nested scroll view here with the properties such as width and height as match parent and match parent. Then we have the scroll bars, and it should be in vertical position. Okay, and then we have to add a linear layout here with width and height as match parent and wrap content. Also the orientation is taken as vertical. Okay, no issues. Then we have the relative layout here, and for the relative layout the width and height should be match parent and 155 or 160 dp. You can take your own choice. 150 is also fine. Okay, then we have to give the ID for this particular relative layout. Okay, and it's given as view pager 2. Okay, and then we gotta add this background, and the background is color primary. Close this relative layout, and then we have to add views within this relative layout. So first of all I'm gonna add the view pager here, and for the view pager should be like a match parent and wrap content. Okay, so ID is given it like this, and then open this view pager, and then your view pager, it doesn't need to be open. You have to close this, and then you have to create a linear layout. Okay, so I'm making a linear layout. I'm giving that ID for this particular linear layout here, and giving the linear layout ID as LN layout. Okay, no issues. And then we have a layout below. Again, let me check this. This should be below view pager 2 and offer view pager, not view pager 2. Again, we gotta add few more properties such as margin from the top and all these things. Gravity should be center vertical as well as center horizontal, and then orientation is horizontal for this linear layout. Okay, now what next can be done is to add a text view here. Okay, so for the text view I'm adding the width and height as match and wrap, and then the margin from the bottom is taken as 8 dp, and the margin from the start is 10 dp, the margin from the top is 8 dp. Okay, again it should be named as categories. Then I'm gonna get with text color. Text color is black for this, and later on I'm going to add text style here. Text style should be bold, and this text view is closed. Okay, so now I got to add a linear layout after the end of that text view, and then width and height is given as a match and wrap. Also the margin is taken as 10 dp, and then we have the orientation as vertical. Okay, and afterwards what we gonna do is to open a new linear layout with width and height as match and wrap. Orientation is taken as horizontal. Okay, and then we have the layout margin bottom 5 dp. Yeah, so almost. And then weight sum is taken as 4. Yeah, so now what I gonna do is like add width and height 0 and wrap, given the weight as 1. Okay, and then orientation is vertical. Okay, and then I have to add the image view here, and then the properties like source, all these things. Okay, yeah, so the image view is given, and then again, and then this is the text view here. Okay, so for the text view, adding this width and height, and yeah, so margin from the margin, total margin is 5 dp, then gravity. Yes, and then okay, text color and text is given. Yeah, okay, getting used to this. Okay, yeah, yeah, gonna like this, and then okay, so this is done. Now we have to copy it out, and then recharge, and then bill payment. Okay, just copy this and paste it again. Okay, so do the same again, paste it again here. Yeah, like this, and then okay, so this is all like this. Yeah, we have to give the text here like send the money, paste it again, and you have to change it again, just as I am doing. Just follow it up and make it like travel gray. Okay, so now almost done, and then yeah, write it. Okay, so almost copy this whole thing up to the starting linear layout and paste it from this one, the linear layout having weight sum 4. Copy this up to, let me see, yeah, up to this. Copy this, Control C, and then you gonna Control V here, Control V. Now you can see that in the right side of the screen. Yeah, almost done. Okay, again we have this, and we have to change the values. Everything is pretty good, just we have to change the values only. So I'm gonna change the values so that can be easy, not to write much code. Okay, so now let me see what else. Yeah, icon and all the text view text, this is what we have to change. Otherwise remains is like this. There is no issues within these also. Yes, yeah. And let me see for this also. This is the third one. Change as I am changing all these things. Yeah, movies. And then we have the last one, this treble of the green, and we have to change this, like make it other. Okay, so this is almost done. Now what we have to do, let me see, and then work over it. Okay, no issues. We have closed 3 linear layouts, and now what we gonna do is to get this. First of all, layout width and height, match parent and 8dp for particular view. It's just for the separation actually. Okay, this view is done, and then we have to add a text view here with match parent and wrap content. Yeah, margin from the bottom is taken as 8dp. Then we have the margin from the start is also there. Yeah, now the margin from the top 8dp, and then we gonna have the text here. So that text is cashback on recharge and bill payments. You can add any heading as per your choice. I'm adding this. Okay, then we're gonna add this. Still make it bold. Then we have text color should be black for this. Okay, so this is done, and afterwards we're gonna add this, like width and height, match parent and wrap content. You have this RV bills and pay offers. Okay, this is the recycler view that will show items as per this. Then we have the margin, and margin is taken as 8dp. Again, let me see what else is possible. Copy this whole thing, and then you gotta do is to paste it or not. Let me check. The category part is done, and this is also done. So yeah, paste it, Control V. After that you have to change this values like this. So I'm changing the values like offline dealers. Yeah, and make it some change here also. I'm gonna make change here, and then yeah, almost are we offline merchant. Yeah, again paste it, Control V. So you have pasted one more time, then we have to change one more time here. Okay, so change it here like online dealers, and then we gonna have the change within this ID of this recycler view. Okay, so I'm gonna change this also. Then let me see what else is left out. Okay, so add view here, and view should have match and height is 8dp. We're gonna add the background as the gray for this, and then remove this extra space. There is so much extra space presented here. Okay, so I'm gonna just remove this. Yeah, good to go. Scrolling it. If you get messed up at anywhere, pause the video and correct your code. As you can see that there are no errors, only warnings are there. Okay, so no need to worry about it. Yeah, done. Now what I gonna do, got to come within this offer fragment. Yeah, now we have to make like context first of all, context, and then we gonna have the recycler view. We have multiple recycler view, I think. Yeah, offer recycler, dealer recycler, then we have dealers recycler online and offline. Okay, so that was for offline dealer recycler, and this is for online one. Okay, then we gonna add this adapter for dealer adapter, but we haven't created the adapter yet, that's why it is showing the as error. Okay, so now the view pager is there, and we got this view pager. Now we have to add the array list of string for offers. Okay, and then we're gonna add the linear layout here. Again, let me see what else. Timer is needed, as there will be like banners, so timer is needed. Also 3 dot function will be needed, so we'll be copying that function from the previous class. Okay, so alt plus enter to import all these necessary things. This is not created yet, so we have to create it. Okay, so cancel it, we have to create it from the project itself. Yeah, new, then Java class. Here we have to give the name of that adapter that we are going to create right now. Okay, so now we have to create this, and let me see how it can be created. And then we have to add the super on attach also. Yeah, this dot context equals to context, we have to make it like this. Remove this annotation from here. Okay, removed it successfully, and now we are within this offer fragment, and within this fragment we have to just copy this out, and then return view, and then make a view here, will paste that thing and equal to that. Yeah, okay, so make it like that, as you can see that. And now what I gonna do is to create this init view method here. What this method will do, let's see. So this is having the view pager. So mapping, basically you know that we have done it already in the earlier class also. And then make a copies for this so that we can change in few words, then the whole code works. Yeah, okay, so making changes like that. Linear layout, offer recycler, and then what else we have? We have that dealers recycler, and it's like merchant offline. Yeah, then we have that online one also, so make it for this also. And then we have these lines, so this is not needed, so I've deleted those lines. Then we have what we have to set up the linear layout manager for this recycler view, so I gotta do that right now. Okay, so dealers cycle online, that set nested scrolling enabled, make it false. Okay, then doing the same for the previous offline one. Yeah, that was for the online one. Yeah, and then linear layout manager we have. What I gonna do with this, make an instance for this linear layout manager, pass out the context to it. Okay, then we have to set the orientation also. So linear alert manager dot horizontal. Okay, and then we have offer recycler dot set layout manager. We have to pass out this layout manager to it. Then we have two more things. We have to do the same for the rest one also. So first of all, we are getting the grid one for us. Okay, so then grid and pass out the span 3. There will be a grid of 3 items each. Then this is also same, context and grid, passing out the grid as 3. Okay, and now this initiate view is completed. Now I am within this on create view method. After init view, what can be done, like set up views pager. Okay, then we have to make a custom function for setting up the view pager that we are using within this. Okay, so now we're gonna work on this function. So let me start the work over here. Make some space and then offer recycler, offer array, not recycler. We have to first initialize the array that we are using, and after that we gonna add items to it. So what type of items can we add it? Like you can add any offer of your choice. Like I'm adding offer of my choice here, like 25% of all these kind of things. You can add it here only. Okay, so again we have to first of all make it a copies of this and then do it like that. Yeah, adding these two array, offer array, and here you can also add the statement of your own choice. Yeah, and now what I gonna do is to add one more thing. You can add up to 5, 6, 10, like whatever you want to add, you can add it right here. Yeah, so again like this, and then we gonna have another line. Just have to change this statement within the double quotes so that it can be differentiable. Okay, so adding this like flight booking, and then like book flight. Yeah, okay, so this is almost done. We have add all these things. Now what I gonna do next is to make an adapter will be needed if we are working